after defining the jet streams in the previous lecture, we have done what is the definition of a jet stream, why it is, where does it develop, and what is the basic definition. Okay. Now coming to the other thing is the main cause of a jet stream. What is the cause of a jet stream? Jet streams are caused due to temperature difference between the two different kind of air masses. The air masses are different. We have done temperature, we have done pressure. We know that on the entire surface of the earth, there is a difference in the temperature between the two different kinds of air. That means the trade wind is not similar to the westerly winds. Neither the westerly and trade winds are similar to the polar easterly winds. There is a temperature difference, and because of this temperature difference, there is a pressure difference. And due to this pressure difference, there is a wind which flows from high pressure to low pressure. Now, the jet streams are also caused due to temperature difference between the two air masses, and temperature difference implies the pressure difference is there between the two air masses. The greater the temperature difference, stronger will be the jet stream. Lower the temperature difference, lesser will be the jet stream. So what you have to remember here is what is the main cause of a jet stream. It is caused due to temperature difference between the two air masses in the upper atmosphere. Now if we look at in the previous lectures, 3-cell model. In the 3-cell model, we know that this is a Hadley cell or the tropical cell. The first one. The second one is a westerly wind belt or mid-latitude cell, and the third one is the polar cell. Obviously, there is a temperature difference between the trade wind cell, this air mass, that is the winds in the tropic region. Why? Because the tropic is the region of high heat and high humidity. There is a difference. What will be the second air mass characteristics? Dry and hot, but there will be seasonal variation क्योंकि यहाँ पे winters are cold. Second में, that is mid latitudes में, summers are hot. Some summers are dry, while some summer months are cold, and as a result, there will be temperature difference and pressure difference. Third, the polar cell. यहाँ पे what will be the characteristics of an air mass? It is extremely cold air, polar easterly winds, because it originates in the polar region और 60 degree पे ये ऊपर चला जाता है, resulting into formation of a high pressure wind. As a result, there are 3 zones on the surface of the earth जहाँ पे बहुत ज़्यादा temperature difference है. एक है ये, sorry, 2 zones है. यहाँ पे there is a difference between the temperature and the pressure. The second is this belt, जहाँ पे there is a difference between temperature and pressure. And as a result, this transition zone is an area on the surface of the earth where the air masses develop. Why the air masses will, यहाँ पे भी there is a transition zone. Will the air mass develop in this zone? I am asking you the question. Will the air mass develop in this zone between 1 and southern hemisphere का ये 1? I think you are understanding the concept. If you watch the previous lecture, you will understand what I mean by the 1 here. 1 means this is the northern hemisphere, that is the southern hemisphere. I am drawing half of the diagram because otherwise I will have to use the entire board. In the southern hemisphere also there are same 3 types of air mass. बीच में equator है, यहाँ पे there is a tropical air mass, यहाँ पे there is a tropical air mass. This is mid latitude cell by our 3-cell model or tricellular meridional circulation. This is the mid latitude cell and this is a polar cell. Hot and humid air mass, seasonal variation in the temperature of an air mass in the second mid latitude cell. Third, it is a very cold air mass, and as a result there will be temperature differences, and because of this temperature differences there will be development of 2 air masses. What I am telling you, we know that यहाँ पे और यहाँ पे there is a temperature difference, so there will be an air mass यहाँ पे second and 1 में there is a temperature difference, there will be an air mass here. But will there be an air mass between 1 and 1? See, the 1 and 1 means they are of same type. This is the trade wind of northern hemisphere, this is the trade wind of southern hemisphere. There is not much of a temperature difference, there is not much pressure difference. These are both same kind of winds. इसलिए यहाँ पे neither fronts are formed, but though there is a convergence, fronts are also not formed, and also there is no air mass because these are of same type. See here, look at the definition. Caused due to the temperature difference between 2 air masses. Black color, no temperature difference. Why? Because trade wind belt. So there will be no jet streams in this region. So there will be jet streams here in between the 2 regions. Now again is The jet streams are greater the temperature difference, stronger will be the jet streams. I will just use the shortcut here. Greater the temperature difference, stronger will be the jet streams. Now, jitna zyada there is difference in the temperature, the more stronger will be the jet streams. Now, again using this second point here, where is the temperature difference maximum between 3 and 2 or 2 and 1? Use your basics. ये है hot air, hot and humid है. This is again hot air, but it is a dry and hot air. That is tropical region में trade wind belt is hot and humid belt, air is hot and humid, while the second is mid latitude belt जिसमें there are 3 months of winter season but rest is the summer season. So 3 to 4 months में this air is cold but rest of the time it is hot. As a result of this, the jet stream which is developed here, it will not be that stronger as compared to the jet streams here. Now the second question I want to ask you, why? Because why the jet stream this between 3 and 2 will be stronger? Because there is a greater temperature difference. The greater the temperature difference, stronger will be the jet streams. Now the second thing I want to ask you, in which season will the jet stream be more stronger? During the winter season or during the summer season? Jet streams will be stronger between the winter or summers. Summers में hot and humid, हमेशा ये hot and humid ही रहता है, the first part of the world. The second part of the world is that is the westerly wind belt is again hot wind belt. And summers में it becomes hot. But winters में this becomes very cold. The experience we have in North India, summers are hot, summers में there is not much of a temperature difference या not much of a difference between the climate or weather conditions of peninsular India, interiors of peninsular India and North India. दोनों जगह गर्मी है, दोनों जगह there is a hot climate. So monsoon में दोनों जगह there is hot and humid climate, but winters में that difference is steep. Winters में peninsular India में there is not much of a difference, and while in the North India you have to wear 2 or 3 layers of woolen clothes to protect yourself from the cold. So the difference between in the temperature is maximum during the winter season. For example, अगर summers में Mumbai temperature is 35 degrees Celsius, Delhi temperature becomes 40 degrees Celsius. So the temperature difference is not greater. 5 degree का temperature difference है. But in winters, Mumbai temperature becomes 25 degrees Celsius, while Delhi का temperature becomes 5 degrees Celsius. So the temperature difference is of 20 degrees Celsius. This is what I mean by the temperature difference. So the greater the temperature difference, stronger will be the jet stream. What can we imply from this? Therefore, the jet streams will be stronger. Stronger in winter season as compared to the summer seasons. Therefore, the jet streams will be stronger in winters. In the winters as compared to the summer. So the winter season may the jet streams will be stronger. Now as we know that jet streams develop in the area of temperature difference between the two air masses, therefore there are two major types of areas of the jet stream. One is the area of polar jet stream, or it is also known as polar jet, and the second one is the area of a subtropical jet stream. So there are two major areas of a jet stream development. One is between 3 and 2, the jet stream flows. It is known as a polar jet stream. and the second is between 2 and 1, that is the subtropical jet stream. But in this transition zone, the jet stream does not flow from, how are these trade winds flowing? They are flowing from north to south, or from south to north. In this way they are flowing. Even this upper air circulation is either in north to south or south to north direction, but the jet streams which flow, they flow in the circumpolar manner, that is they move in this zone surrounding the surface of the earth in the circumpolar manner. So we have a polar jet stream which develops in around 60 to 65 degree latitudes in both the hemisphere, covering the entire globe like this. North south ये कौन से surface winds and upper air circulation in the terms of anti-trades जाते हैं. But when we are talking of jet stream, they move around the globe in this way. So we have a polar jet stream which moves here, and we have a subtropical jet stream which moves between 25 to 30 or 35 degree latitudes in both the hemisphere. So there are two major jet streams in the terms of a polar jet stream and in the terms of a subtropical jet stream. What I mean to say here is, jet streams develop in two zones. One is known as a polar jet stream, and the second one is known as a subtropical jet stream. So these are the two areas of development of an jet stream. What are the two areas? Polar jet stream region and the subtropical jet stream region. So this is the polar region of a jet stream development and subtropical jet. So are you clear with the causes of the jet stream? Jet streams are caused due to the temperature difference between the two air masses. हमने 3 cellular model इसलिए पढ़ा था so that we should know what are the areas where there can be temperature difference. The 3 cellular model is this way, that is the winds come from trade wind from the subtropical high pressure belt to the equatorial low pressure belt, rise upwards, then go back and settle down. Same with westerlies, ऐसे जाके they settle down. That is the winds move from north to south. But in between the transition zone, there are winds which move from west towards the east. These high pressure winds are known as jet streams. What is their way of movement? That is surrounding the globe from west to east. Now there are two areas where there is high pressure and temperature difference, resulting into formation of a polar jet stream and subtropical jet. Jet streams will be stronger when the temperature difference is stronger. So summer se zyada jet streams are stronger during the winter season, because temperature difference, that is the difference between maximum temperature and minimum temperature, is more during the winter season. Also one more, as compared to the subtropical jet stream, polar jet stream will be stronger because temperature difference zyada hai between the westerly winds and the cold chilling polar easterly winds. Isliye the polar jet stream is the strongest jet stream which develops. Why? These jet streams do not travel in a straight path but in a meandering path. Why do they do not travel in a straight path? It is just so that you remember. See, what are these regions? There are two regions. One is the region of an cold air. One is the region of a warm air. So there is a warm air here, red color, while there is a cold air here, which is blue in color. This is the our theoretical diagram, but the world does not work in a theoretical way. This air is not stationary. The cold air tries to enter in the area of a warm air, while the warm air will try to enter in the area of a cold air. So this is what happens in the real life world. So this cold air tries to enter in the area of warm air, and warm air will try to enter in the area of a cold air, because the earth is not stationary, it is dynamic and completely there is interactions are going on. So you can see the jet stream, the warm air is entering in the area of a cold air, the cold air is entering in the area of a warm air. So what is a jet stream? Transition zone में the air moves. What is the transition zone? यहाँ पे कहाँ? This blank area. Therefore there is a strong air circulation which moves in the transition zone. But instead of traveling in a straight path like this, the यहाँ पे because of the movement of the airs in the each other territories, the jet streams starts each other territories. The path does not remain straight; it becomes meandering. Therefore, the jet streams also start meandering, and they develop into what you known as a. What are these waves known as? Rossby waves. These waves are known as an Rossby waves. So the third point, again, we have written this point, the jet streams move in highly meandering path or snake-like or serpent-like path known as Rossby waves. Known as Rossby waves. So the jet streams move in highly meandering snake-like path pattern, which is known as Rossby waves. And I think you can use the imagination here. Cold and warm air are the two layers of different air. जहाँ से इस transition zone में there will be jet stream, but the cold and warm air do not stand like a wall. Earth is a dynamic system, and as a result, the cold air tries to enter in the territory of warm air, and tries to enter in the territory of cold air, resulting into highly meandering path for the development of a jet stream. So as a result, the causes of the jet stream is due to temperature difference. Stronger the temperature difference, stronger will be the jet stream, and the jet stream move in highly meandering path. And in the end, I think you get how many jet streams will be there. There will be polar jet and the subtropical jet. Same thing will apply in the southern hemisphere also. There will be polar jet stream, which will move from west to east, and there will be a subtropical jet stream which will move from east to west, west to east. Subtropical jet stream which will move from west to east. So there will be different regions of jet stream. So there will be different types of jet stream. Now, as I told you, generally the jet streams move from west to east. In fact, all the jet streams move from west to east, except one jet stream which moves from east to west. And India being a special country, it is a jet stream which moves over India. All the jet streams move from west to east, except for subtropical easterly jet stream, which moves from east to west and plays an important role in the development of Indian monsoon. And this is one of the reasons why most of the Indian monsoon is highly dependent on this jet stream. It moves in this direction from. It is a smaller jet stream which develops only during the monsoon season, which moves from east towards the west. What is this jet stream known as? This is known as a subtropical easterly jet stream. is known as a subtropical easterly jet which moves from east towards the west during the monsoon season only. That's why in the original diagram in the examination, even if you don't talk about it, it's fine. Even if you don't draw, otherwise the diagram becomes too much khichadi or clumsy type. So you can just show this 4 types of a jet stream. So just I have told you so that you remember what is the subtropical easterly jet. Now, obviously then there are obviously different types of jet streams. So we will do the different types of jet streams here, or we will study the main jet streams here. The major jet streams are what are the major jet streams? First is a polar jet stream or polar front jet stream. You know that it moves from east to west in the region of a front. So polar front jet stream. Polar front jet stream. Now the second one is subtropical east westerly jet stream. The third one is subpolar night jet stream. And the fourth one is subtropical easterly jet stream. Third one is subtropical easterly jet stream. So the major jet streams are polar front jet stream, subtropical westerly jet stream, polar night jet stream, and the subtropical easterly jet stream. You know what is the polar front jet stream, the jet stream which develops in the area of a front. Now you know what is a frontal zone, the area of a subtropical low pressure, subpolar low pressure belt is also known as a frontal zone. Why does the jet stream develop in that region? Because of the greater temperature difference between the polar easterlies and the westerly winds. Polar easterlies are cold winds while the westerlies are warm winds. The greater the temperature difference, stronger is the jet stream, resulting into formation of an polar front jet stream. So what is the jet stream? This develops in the, so if we try to write this develops in the area of a front, develops in frontal zone, that is in subpolar low pressure belt, I have told you why it is known as frontal zone, because the two winds converge wahan pe, and these winds are like enemies because they are having different temperature, different pressure conditions. Why the trade wind belt is not a frontal zone? Because doldrums maybe there is convergence, but these are two friends because both the winds are having similar kind of properties. So the front is only a battlefront. So develops the polar front jet stream develops in the frontal zone in subpolar low pressure belt, in the subpolar low pressure belt. Now this jet stream, why does it develop? Because of convergence of cold polar air mass and warm subtropical air mass. This jet stream travels from west to east. West to east. This jet stream travels from west to the east. Now, the second jet stream is subtropical westerly jet stream. Subtropical westerly jet stream. This is the second important jet stream. Now, even you know by the diagram, where does it develop? It develops in the region of subtropical high pressure belt between the Hadley cell, that is the tropical cell, and the mid latitude cell. So, it develops in the upper troposphere to the north of Hadley cell, or we can say to the north of Hadley cell, or develops in the upper troposphere better between 30 to 35 degree latitudes between Hadley cell and mid latitude cell. And the third is uska circulation is, what is the circulation? Circulation is from west to east. Uska circulation is from west to east. So that you have a general idea of a jet stream. So the subtropical westerly jet stream develops in the upper troposphere between 30 to 35 degree latitudes between the Hadley cell and between the mid latitude cell, whose general circulation is from west to east. Now the third important jet stream here is subtropical easterly jet stream. Now this is very important from the Indian point of view. It very rarely the question may be asking you the entire jet stream, but still you should know this major jet streams because of preliminary point of view. But subtropical easterly jet stream is an important concept which you should know for Indian geography, for Indian monsoon. I will explain you in detail in Indian monsoon, but just I will give you a brief idea while doing the importance of a jet stream. But before that, we should know what is a subtropical easterly jet stream. See, the नाम से ही पता लगता है subtropical easterly jet stream, मतलब it is moving from east to west. As I told you, India is a special country, and therefore even the climatology has some special significance for India, because even the universe has made some different changes. So entire world में westerly jet stream is important, India में easterly jet stream is important. Indian monsoon, you keep this in mind. Again, I am repeating it. Indian monsoon is largely affected due to the subtropical easterly jet stream. So before that, where does it develops? It develops in upper troposphere. Over India and Africa because of intense heating of Tibetan Plateau during summer season. During summer season. During summer season. So this is a kind of a jet stream which develops due to intense heating during the summer season. What can you conclude that from this statement? That means it develops only over India and Africa and only during the summer season because intense heating is required. मतलब winters में there is no such jet stream over India and Africa. So which jet stream is there over India and Africa during the winters? Because ये तो सिर्फ summer में होती है because of intense heating. So which jet stream is present over India and Africa during the winter season? It is the previous jet stream, that is the subtropical westerly jet. Now due to intense heating of the Tibetan Plateau, the subtropical westerly jet stream disappears and uske jagah the subtropical easterly jet stream develops over India and Africa, driving the Indian monsoons inside India. Okay, so this is it develops due to intense heating of the Tibetan Plateau. What is its circulation? Its circulation is from east to west. East to west. Uska circulation is from east towards the west. So the subtropical easterly jet stream, which is the third kind of an jet stream, which is different from the subtropical westerly jet stream. It develops over India and Africa due to intense heating during the summers, having general circulation from east to west. Now, in the significance, I will take it so that if the question is asked, you will have a proper what is the importance of this jet stream. Now, the last type of a jet stream is the polar night jet stream. The polar night jet stream. Polar night jet stream. It develops, it is also known as stratospheric jet stream. It is also known as a stratospheric jet stream. That means this is a jet stream which goes from troposphere to the stratosphere. So it is also known as a stratospheric jet stream. It develops during the winters. Develops during winters. It develops during the winters. Why it develops during the winters? Because there is a greater temperature difference between the troposphere and the stratosphere. So the stratosphere is hot layer because of ozone gas. If you remember, temperature goes on increasing. Winters में क्या होता है? Troposphere के upper down in the polar front region during the winter season in the polar regions, temperature becomes minus 40-50 degrees Celsius. As you go up in the near the tropopause, the temperature goes on decreasing. at a environmental lapse rate. So उसके वजह से temperature becomes still lesser. Now the temperature, because of this, the temperature gradient या temperature difference between stratosphere and the upper troposphere is greater, and therefore the jet streams develops, from which this jet stream goes into the stratosphere, and it is known as a polar night jet stream. So it develops properly, or it is stronger during the winters, and it is lesser effective during the summer season. In which region? In the polar regions. What is the circulation? The circulation is from west to east. The circulation is from west towards the eastern region. So it goes from west to the east. This is the general direction of an circulation, polar night jet stream. Now, because it is not a geography optional and GS geography, the questions will be limited. But why I took still all 4 types of a jet stream, so that you will have a greater idea. You will never know when you can use your knowledge. So we have done polar front jet stream, west to east, subtropical westerly jet stream, west to east, subtropical easterly jet stream, east to west over India and Africa, and the polar night jet stream which goes into the stratosphere. If you look at this, if the question is asked in the examination that the jet streams are present only in the troposphere, and if you do not have an idea of this jet stream, then you will mark that as a right statement, but obviously you will score wrong, or you won't get marks in the examination. Why? Because the jet stream are limited not only to the troposphere, but there is one jet stream, that is the polar night jet stream, which goes even into the stratosphere, and this is how the examination may we do the mistakes. So, or the jet streams are limited only into the troposphere only. This is a strong statement, but if the person does not know about the polar night jet stream, which is not even in the NCERT, especially in the new edition, they all were there in the old edition, but you don't have to worry about the old and new. We'll be covering whatever the gap is there in the classes. So, if you do not know polar night jet stream, you will feel that the statement is right, and this is why expected marks and actual marks में difference आता है. So we have done the 4 jet streams, and now we will do the significance of those jet streams. But before that, you keep in your mind polar, all the jet streams east to west to east, except subtropical easterly jet stream from east to west only during the summers over India and Africa. Most of the jet streams only in the troposphere, except for polar night jet stream, जो troposphere से stratosphere में जाता है. So next topic will be the significance of a jet stream.